Hey y'all. All right, we're gonna do about a 45-minute restorative and yin practice. I'm gonna do it props free, so if you happen to be staying at family's home and you didn't bring all your yoga stuff, don't worry about it. This can be done like on the carpet, between the bed and a wall or wherever you can kind of find some space. And we'll just try to keep everything nice and easy, getting you ready for just relaxing with your family, or if you're just at home, just relaxing, kind of just getting off the couch and stretching out. So let's get started today with a nice long child's pose. All right, knees together, knees apart, your choice. Stretch it out, let the belly relax into the floor. You might rock your head a little side to side. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale out the mouth. Again, breath in. Breath out. Seal the lips. Inhale through your nose. And release out of the nose. Soften through your shoulders, the elbows, back of the neck and the jaw. Feel the ground underneath you. If you want a little bit more of a tricep stretch here, getting into the upper back, maybe bringing the palms together, bending at the elbows. Three more deep breaths here. Good. If you have your arms behind, go ahead and bring them forward. Take your knees wide. You're going to add a twist to your child's pose, sliding your right arm underneath. You can keep this left arm reaching long. If you want a little bit more traction in the back body, left palm on top of right. Pushing your right hand away. Take one more breath here. And we'll bring our arms back forward. Take your twist on the other side, left arm through. And settle in for 5 breaths here. And then release back through center. Take a few breaths here in child's pose. And then gently rise up onto hands and knees. We're going to step your right leg to the back of the mat. And just gently rock into that right heel, stretching into the calf, and then coming back forward, stretching into the toes. And then we'll switch sides. Left foot behind you, Rocking back and forth, working into the arch of the foot, into the toes, into the calf. I find that being home pretty much all the time, not really wearing shoes, the arches of my feet get really weak. I tend to have flat feet and I get plantar fasciitis pretty quickly, and so the best way that I've found to kind of prevent that is stretching through the calf a lot. You never think really about the calf being connected to what's happening on the bottom of the foot. We tend to focus only on toe stretches and arch stretches, but it's all connected. The entire back line of the leg, calf running up through the hamstring. All right, we're gonna come back to our tabletop here. Just some simple cat-cows. Belly down, chest open, that's the inhale. Exhale, rolling through the spine, take your time. Maybe when you're here, you add a little extra. And we'll just work between these two poses, adding what you need, lingering where you need. And coming back to a neutral spine. Keep your hips up high. We're gonna bring your left forearm parallel to the front of your mat. Let the head rest down. Reach your right fingers forward, drop the belly. So you should feel a really long stretch through that right shoulder and into the upper back. One more breath here. Bring that right hand back in, come back to hands and knees. And then we're gonna take your right arm at a diagonal. So come onto the knife edge of your right hand, slide it toward the upper left of your mat, drop your right elbow, left forearm's here for support. And you can rest your right ear on your right bicep. Shift your right hip back a little. You're gonna feel that stretch wrapping through the side body into your lats on the right side. One more full breath here. And then we'll come back through center. Let's set up on the other side. So right forearm's gonna be parallel to the front of your mat. Head will rest down on that forearm. Crawl your left hand forward. Drop the belly and the heart. You should feel your left armpit flare open toward the floor. Stay for one more breath. Bring your left hand back in. Press back up on the hands and knees. We're going to take that diagonal. Knife edge of your left hand all the way toward the upper right of your mat. Drop the elbow. Let the head rest onto the arm. Slide your left hip back a little. Gently press back up. All right, we're gonna bring this all the way to the floor, belly down. We're gonna find Sphinx pose, so forearms are parallel to each other, elbows are a little bit forward of the shoulders, palms down. I'm gonna bring the heart through the arms. Everything from the waist down, fully relaxed here. Draw those shoulders down away from the ears. I'm gonna add a little neck stretch by just tucking my chin down toward the chest. You don't want any collapse in the upper body, so push into those elbows. And just letting the weight of the head drop in. And you can keep the head heavy through center. You might add a little roll of the neck. One more breath here. And we'll lower all the way down to the floor. You take your elbows out, stack your palms, rest the head. From here, we're gonna work into a half crocodile pose. So you're gonna slide your right knee out to about where your hip is. Keep a 90-degree bend of the right knee. Arch side of the right foot is down, toes are pointing off to the right, and you can turn your head over to the left. We're gonna let the right hip get heavy as it drops toward the floor. Just feel this gentle hip opening. One more breath here. And then take your right leg back behind you. Let's do the other side. So you're gonna slide left knee out to about where your hip is. Left arch toward the floor, turn the head to the right. Let your left hip get heavy and drop into the ground. One more breath here. And we'll take that left leg back and behind. Bend the knees, take a windshield wiper of the feet side to side. We're gonna add a quad stretch here. Come up onto your left forearm. And this is just so that we can position ourselves. Bend your right knee. You're gonna reach back for that right foot. Start to draw the heel closer into the bum, and then you're gonna relax the head back down. Last breath here, and then gently release. Sit up on the other side. Right forearm for some support. Bend the left knee, draw the heel in, and then relax the head. And gently release your left leg. Press back to a child's pose. Knees together this time. Round into the spine and release your hands next to your feet. And then we'll gently press up to a seat. Bring the legs around. Okay. We're going to take your right leg out to about 45 degrees. Left foot will come into the inner thigh. Sit up tall. I'm going to get nice and tall here. Walk the hands so that you're turning the torso a little bit more towards your left knee. And then we start to slide right arm down the inside of your right leg. Use this to turn the chest again. And then take your left arm up and over, reaching toward your right toes. And then we're going to soften this. You might bend the right elbow, rest the head on a fist, and then you're going to just kind of hang your left arm over your head. You're going to feel some deep side stretching on the left side body. And then we're going to let gravity take over. Slow, deep breaths here. Feel the stretch intensify on the inhale because our lungs are expanding. Feel the sensation soften as you exhale. Notice if your shoulders creep up toward the ears and just drop them back down. Ooh, I just felt a pop there. That's good. Last 2 breaths. Move the top arm out of the way first. Gently come back up. Bring the right foot in. We're just going to let this linger for a moment. You might feel a lot of kind of tingly sensations on the side of the body. All right, start to sit up on the other side. Left leg's going to go out about 45. Right foot's coming into the inner thigh. Use the hands. Turn the torso. Sit up tall. When you're ready, slide that left arm down the inside of your leg. Turn the chest. Take your right arm up and over. And then we're going to give ourselves some support here. Resting the head on a fist. Draping that right arm over. Keep the shoulders relaxed away from the ears. Let the upper body get as heavy as you can let go. Sometimes your body isn't quite ready to let go. But if you can do a little release on each exhale, eventually something will stretch and open, even if it's just a tiny little bit. One more breath here. Move this right arm out of the way. Gently come back up. Woo. Bring that left leg in. Sit up center. A few breaths here. Good. From here, we're going to set your right foot in front of your left shin. You'll be taking a twist to the right, so right hand will go behind you. Left arm's either going to hug this knee into the belly, or you can take the elbow to the outside. We'll be here a few breaths. One more breath in, and then gently release. And switch up to the other side. Left foot will plant in front of your right shin. Left hand goes behind, right arm either wraps or goes to the outside of the leg. Give yourself plenty of space to lift up on the inhale, gentle turn on the exhale. Last breath in. And release out of your twist. Let's start to move down into the floor. Hug your knees into the chest. We'll take a gentle rock side to side, or maybe taking your knees for some circles. Massaging the low back into the floor. Bring your left foot onto the ground. We're going to cross right ankle over the left thigh. You can stay here. If you're needing a little more, you might bring the legs closer to the belly, lacing the fingers behind the left thigh. Release the hands. You'll either drop all of this over to the left, coming into your twist from here. Right foot might find the floor, or you can cross that right knee all the way over the left. Let your right shoulder blade get heavy. Start to bring the legs back through center. Uncross the legs, hug the knees into the chest, a little bit of movement here. We'll take our figure four on the other side. Right foot plants, left foot crosses over. Again, you have the option here. Keep the foot on the floor if you want to draw the legs in. If you have your hands laced, release them, either dropping your figure four over to the right or crossing that left knee all the way over. Let your left arm open out, left shoulder blade finding the floor. One more deep breath here. And then release out of your twist. Knees come back in toward the belly, or you could take them wide to either side of the ribs. You could take this into a happy baby, grabbing for the feet. And then we get set up for Shavasana. If you have a wall nearby, you might bring your booty as close to the wall as you can. Roll those feet up. If you're doing a more traditional Shavasana, take your feet as wide as your mat. Let the feet flop open, arms next to your sides. Move the hands away from the body. I'm going to go legs up the wall for today. Feel free to add blankets, pillows, eye coverings, weighted blanket, whatever you need here. Move your hair out of the way. It's a big part of getting settled into your final rest. And let's take 3 cleansing breaths here together. Nice big inhale through your nose. Open your mouth, release. Take another one, big breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Once more. Breathe in. And breathe out. Begin to deepen your breath. Invite small movements into your fingers and your toes, your wrists and your ankles. Reach your arms overhead, take a full body stretch, yawn and move your jaw around. Hug the knees into the chest. We'll roll over to the left, coming into fetal position. Take a few breaths on your side. And keeping the eyes closed or soft. Let's come up into a cross-legged seat of your choice. Bring your palms to touch at heart center. We'll take 2 deep breaths here together. Full breath in through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. One more time, breathe in and breathe out. Thank you so much for joining me on your mat for a little restorative to get us through the holidays. I'll be back on Thursday, New Year's Eve. I'll be doing the 6:30 restorative class then, and I hope you'll join me for a little bit more stretching, breathing, and just a good way to close out the year. Namaste.